And the funny part, though, Dallas is got to be the dumbest team in the world. Why was they throwing the ball?
No, because that was the disrespect they started from the very beginning. They started with bringing somebody. I think it was Walt. He was like, "Is that disrespectful for them bringing their benches?" I was like, "Yeah." The only time you should see anything from the other team displayed is at a championship or a Super Bowl. That's it. It's our house. They supposed to get, like I said in my tweet, the small locker room with one toilet, light blinking. You better not touch it. You shock yourself. They come out there. You're either sitting in lawn chairs or that old rinky-dink bench from 1976. That's what you get. Welcome to Washington. We don't like y'all. I mean, that's what it is, man. And
come on, it was more Dallas fans at the game than Redskins fans at the game.
But that got nothing to do with the Bammers allowing them to bring their benches and their refs, because the refs came too. Dallas refs was in there, man. They had on Dallas Cowboy socks. Everything was glaring, man.
It definitely got nothing to do with how they were playing, man. So we're live and we're here.
We're here, baby. We're here.
Always say.
Not for long.
This didn't take the route that we thought it was going to take, but hey, whatever. We still got to play them again, and we still
we got them in 2 weeks, baby. We got them in 2 weeks back in their hometown.
Well, we just got to put the hurt on Philly. That's all. We got to get some payback on Philly and then be ready for them in 2 weeks. That's all.
That's all we got to do, baby.
Ain't no big deal. It is what it is. It just seems like the team came out lethargic, not ready to play. I didn't see them playing really hard. I saw a lot of soft. This is the softest defensive coverage I've ever seen, man. And they were just tossing the ball around. That's what it looked like to me, anyway. It didn't look like the tight D that we played over the 4 weeks that we been winning. So I mean, it just looked weird. I don't know if they were trying to play rope-a-dope, take the hits and keep from scoring, or what? I don't know what that was. It just seemed like the only person who was really coming down was Cam Curl. I saw him make a whole bunch of plays. Now, who's the other guy, Trey, you said you saw? Oh, Holcomb.
Holcomb and Collins, man.
Playing pretty hard.
Holcomb and Collins.
But, he in the middle, so he in the mess. So he got to tackle.
I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
I'm finished. I'm just rambling. It wasn't as close as the score showed. That's for sure.
Well, good thing is, I got a new computer, so hopefully next time I ain't freezing.
What up, Joe?
But what's up, Joe? Ain't heard from you in a while, man. Hey, look, hey, sometimes you take an ass whooping, and from as soon as they kicked the ball off, they had a guy in the number 11 uniform.
Yeah, he was,
pretty much dominated the first quarter of the game, and it started. And they basically gave us an ass whooping. Now I know a lot of people are down on Scott. I've heard negative comments about my man Scott.
All day. You better buckle up because I'm about to get started. Go ahead.
Hey, well, I'm gonna say this: we had the number 5 center in the game.
Right. Yeah.
We had two. We had number 3 tackle. We had a number 1 tackle, number 1 guard out there. Both our tackles got hurt during the game. A second string tackle and our first string tackle got hurt during the game. We had to take Gibson out. We lost our primary wide receiver during the game. We lost our tight end during the game. We had 2 backup people playing quarterback. Really, Heineke and Allen are backup quarterbacks. They just good to get you through the game. They're not starting quarterbacks. And they were fresh. They had everybody that they had on their team was their number 1 defense was out there. Their number 1 defense, their whole sack team, and they just gave us an ass whooping. I mean, that's just basically what happened. They were fresh. Our whole defensive line was hurt. Our second and third string defensive linemen were out of the game because of COVID. So we had 4th string and 5th string defensive linemen out there. We had a rookie linebacker playing out there that still doesn't know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? We had some injuries finally caught up with us. That's what I feel. And they kicked our ass. Parsons was another type of player. He was LT today. Parsons was LT, especially that first 2 quarters. They kicked our ass. And we got to take our ass whooping and get ready for next week. That's all we can do.
Well, that's the show. I'm glad y'all came on, and we can just go from there. No, I'm going to say this. What I saw was, and I think Deacon did it best. Deacon put together a great show. He showed the coach giving it up to the team, letting them know, rah, rah, rah. But both of those videos that was at the beginning of our show were the end of the game. The question is, are they doing that beginning of the game and during the game? Because there's no reason for our team to come so flat-footed, so lethargic, so half speed when we in control of our own destiny. I don't care if
we got 3rd and 4th string players out there
playing. So 3rd and 4th string players mean that they can't.
Did you recognize the linebackers out there?
No, you answer this question.
Did you recognize the linebackers out there?
Do 3rd and 4th string players mean they cannot play? Hey, I just saw their 3rd string running back. Their 3rd string running back, whatever his name was, he was crashing against 2 holes. Yeah, that's what I saw. And
he wasn't doing nothing. He ain't do nothing. He wasn't no primary. He wasn't the reason why they won the game because
they had Ezekiel in there.
Come on now, man.
That wasn't the reason why they won the game.
Man.
Al, the reason why they won the game was because we didn't play.
4th string people out there.
So then we should just quit.
We had a 4th quarterback out there.
How about we just sign it up then? Because we
did quit.
Exactly. That's my point, Deacon. That's my point. Because we have played injured all throughout the year. Al, we got Heineke as our starter. I mean, that's that right there. It's the whole entire thing. We got Heineke is our starter. Duh, that's because we hurt. So my whole point is, he left. See, no,
I didn't want to sit like that.
Steve Yard knows the BS when they hear it. They cut him off. He was like, cut that dude off. Hey, look, 3rd and 4th string, that matters here in Washington. I'll give them that. 3rd and 4th string don't matter no place.
Yeah, I'll sign out and sign back in, man.
Yeah, come on back. Hey, but no, again, he don't want me to talk about Scott. Scott came in there and changed his program. Scott's program was legit for the last 4 games, and when they got in front of Dallas, we played scared. Coaches were scared. Players were scared. We were scared, man. I'm just sorry. I don't care what you think. We played scared. We played scared. We knew the big men, the big bad Dallas is in the house, and we played scared. The end.
Well, it looked like they were scared. I think they were just. When I say they played scared, they played like they weren't trying to win, like they were trying to. They played unprepared, almost like they were just sitting around waiting.
3rd or 4th string,
waiting to react to what they were doing, as opposed to. I mean, in that, like you said in that video, when Ron was after the game, he was saying that nobody dictates to us; we dictate what we do. Right. We wasn't doing that today. We wasn't doing that, and every time I look at their coverage, man. Like I said, everybody was running underneath, and it's okay to have them running underneath and catching the ball underneath when it's 3-4 yards, but 10 yards, they were running free across the board for 10 yards.
The defense,
so it was
as bad as the offense. I'm sorry, the defense wasn't as bad as the offense.
Well, I think it was because of that. I think that hold up, y'all wrong spot. Because the defense looked. You said the defense didn't look bad as offense because the offense wasn't doing anything. They said that Heineke had -7 yards passing in the first half. I mean, you don't get more stinky than that, And even with that, as asinine as that game looked for the whole time, we had a chance to win at the end. If Carter would have caught the ball, I think we would have won. I think, of course, they missed the extra point. Which come on, man. That's just how.
Are we gonna cut another kicker? Kicker number 5. Come on.
I don't even think it was his fault, man. I think it was the blocking scheme. I don't know what they got going on.
Carter would have caught that pass. It would have been something. And I'm gonna say this: if Holcomb didn't score, we would have had problems. If Holcomb let Dak tackle him or something like that, I don't know if the game would have been as close as it was. Holcomb made sure he got in there. I said, thank you. Holcomb game ball. Holcomb got the game.
And the reason why Terry wasn't getting open, man, they were bracketing the whole game. They didn't bracket number 11. They didn't bracket Sims.
Go down to Burgundy and go for life, though, Deacon.
That's what I said.
How was Sims able to get open and Terry not? And I think
they didn't bracket him. They playing him one-on-one.
Yeah, okay.
You get open when you play one-on-one, but they were double covering Terry. Every time you saw Terry with the ball close to him, it was two dudes jumping over his head. They weren't letting that happen, man. They weren't letting that. And we don't have a consistent number 2 because Samuels can't even play in the game.
He was in there mostly this game. He was playing, but he just wasn't doing nothing.
It damn sure didn't look like he was in there because he wasn't doing nothing.
He wasn't getting any calls. He wasn't getting anything. He was out there. And Brown was out there.
Brown was out there.
Man. He tripped over his own feet. He got to get himself together. He got to gain a little more weight and get his balance together, man.
Brown was out there. Everybody, we had enough weapons except except your boy, I think Ricky. Though I did. Who was the guy that? No, I'm getting them mixed up. Sorry, but your boy Ricky Jones he dropped that 2-point conversion, man. That
was a hard one, man.
It was a tough
exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question though. How much time did Heineke or Allen have to throw the ball?
He ain't had much. I think. To be honest with you, I think Allen was getting the ball out quicker because I think he was throwing more timing patterns because he's not the starter, so he's not exactly practicing with the first stringers. But I mean, Heineke didn't like he have all day, man. And it seemed like he wasn't as mobile as he usually is. You know, it seemed like they were coming back at him too fast, man. He wasn't. He
looks scared.
He was 6-7 people all day long, man. Which
means you got to have some hot routes. Talk about Scott Turner. There's no hot routes or something. It's something. It's a disconnect there, where when we get, I mean, they were doing it all day. So I mean, at some point you have to adjust and throw a hot route. You know, if the dude is coming off the right end, there should be somebody open on the right end. It's just the way coverage itself. I don't know. Am I wrong, Big Al, or you froze? Because you look like you stunned. He froze again.
He out again?
No, man. You acting like Heineke is Brady or something.
No, I'm not.
You act like Heineke is Brady or somebody.
No, but
maybe Heineke didn't read maybe he didn't read the zone. Maybe he didn't read the blitz. And the blitz was a surprise to him. So he couldn't go to the hot route. You have to know the blitz is coming to go to the hot route, right?
Big Al. That's
you have to know the blitz is coming.
Isn't like job number 1 to set the coverage up, to set the blocking up. You got to know where somebody's
and I'm telling you, Heineke, we know Heineke is slow to read. We know he's not a read guy. He's a playmaker guy. That's just not what he does. He doesn't read the defense. He makes plays. That's what he does. He makes plays. So my point is, the blitz was coming. He had no idea the blitz was coming. Parsons was coming up the middle, and he was, oh my God, and he just, threw up on himself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basically, because he wasn't outrunning Parsons today. That's who he wasn't. One thing he wasn't going to do was outrun Parsons today. That's what he was going to do. He was balling. So, I mean, maybe next time we play him, we have a better read on their blitzes and how they were coming at us. But this time, we had no idea what was coming. You can say that's the coaches. You can say, hey, the coaches didn't prepare Heineke for that type of defense. Obviously, he wasn't prepared. Obviously.
Well, yeah. I mean, I understand you, and he's you're right. He's not the read guy.
He's not the read. He's not a Peyton Manning.
He has to be if he wants to be an NFL
Brady,
quarterback.
I'm gonna read the defense.
I know, but if he's going to be an NFL starter, he has to be, because he's a preparatory quarterback. We talked about this. He's not reaction. He's reactionary, but he needs to be preparatory. He needs to have everything set when he hikes the ball, and that's not what was going on today.
Well, what they did was they took away the run. They stuffed our run, and we had no play action from that. That means we got to go back and throw every down. And Heineke, that's just not what he does well, is to throw every down. He tends to throw in a pick or make a mistake at that point in time. But once McKissick didn't play, once they took the run away, and then Gibson was kind of stuffed. And they got a little lead on us. They got like a little 11-point lead. Yeah. We were scrambling, because it makes Heineke do things that he doesn't he doesn't do well. And our offensive line thing, they don't do well. Offensive line was beat up. We can run block, but we couldn't pass block. That was exposed.
What about the Deacon Dunk that has got us pretty much where we at right now? I mean, I didn't see too many checkdowns or even plays called for there to be a check.
Deacon Dunk people wasn't playing today, homie.
No, I'm just saying if McKissick was, I'm not McKissick, excuse me. AG was playing.
He's not Deacon Dunk. He's never been our Deacon Dunk guy. McKissick was our
but
Deacon
he has
Dunk
to be.
guy. Logan Thomas was our Deacon Dunk guy.
No, but Al, you're not going to tell me that everybody can get out there and they only run certain plays for certain players. Everybody got to play. Well, that's the problem. So. And that's
that's how the NFL is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
Al,
it is.
Ezekiel Elliott got to run the ball. He got a couple pass plays. He got a couple of pass plays. If Ezekiel Elliott does not just he's just not a one-hit wonder. He's played everything. He ran screen. Ezekiel Elliott all plays, man.
Crazy. Hear me out. Crazy. Each player and they have packages. They have a third down package.
I understand.
They have a Deacon Dunk package. They got packages. Gibson is not in a Deacon Dunk package. He's just not. Why? I don't know.
I got that.
Right. He should be, but he's not. McKissick and Logan Thomas is the Deacon Dunk guys. It's always happening.
And we knew Logan Thomas. And we knew Logan Thomas wasn't going to play. And we got McKissick hurt. So here's what all I was saying from the beginning now is that going into this game with all those things that you know, sir, why didn't it show up on any kind of? We just can't fold our arms and go, man, darn it. These guys are hurt.
I think personally, they felt like McKissick was going to play. They thought he was going to play, and he just didn't. He wasn't.
Yeah, because that was like a game time.
That was a game time decision. And then those covert situations when all them players was out for covert was a game time. So they didn't pass the covert test the day before. You know what I'm saying? So there's a couple of things that happened to
me. I did say that. I gave Scott that excuse last week. I said, hey, if you go in there, you don't have the players you think you're going to go in there, but it does make a difference. I agree with that. I can't argue that.
McKissick might have been the linchpin into where we didn't have the offense that we wanted. Because, we throw a lot of bubbles. We throw a lot of short passes to him, and he gets a lot of yards from being in open space. He's a good open space runner, man. He's not fast. He's quick, which means that, we don't have to open the holes as long. And I think that contrast between him and Gibson works good because Gibson can put the hammer down, and McKissick can get those short yards, get outside a little faster than.
Well, we got a problem with Gibson, man. He's fumbling the ball too much.
He's fumbling, but that
he's leading the league in fumbles, homie.
Yeah, I know. I'm not worried about that though. If he have, it is what it is this year. I know, but you can't give up on some kind of talent like that, man. You can be bitchy and moany about it all you want, but here's what we have. He's our number one running back, and he will be next year too. Because we ain't drafting a running back, I guarantee you that. So you gotta. That's a problem that you can fix. Fumbling is a problem that you can fix. It's the way you hold the ball. It's the way you cut and not get the chicken wing going. There's a lot of things you can do to fix a running back. I mean, we're willing to give a quarterback 100 interceptions before we throw him away. But a running back fumbled a couple of times and he got a fumbling problem. So let's just hold tight on the fumbling problem. It is a problem. But it's a problem that can be fixed. I don't think it's going to be fixed by I think
Trey is right. Gibson should be part of the Deacon Dunk package. For some reason, they don't have him part of that package. I don't know why. There's a reason why. He's been there 2 years. There's a reason why.
I think it's the fumbling now, obviously, because now I'm thinking to myself, that was one of the things that they highlighted when he got here. He was our Curtis Samuels before we got Curtis Samuels. They were like, hey, he's a receiver. He got hands. He's going to do it all. And we never saw that the first season. We're like, okay. Saw more McKissick, did see it with him. And then when times like this happens, and there is no, because it's happened before where there was no JD, he doesn't get the play call. I think this was the year that he did get one or two passes going his way. We were like, oh yes, we were all excited. But he's got to be something, Alan. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe in space, they're more afraid that he's going to do what he did today. And that hurt. Okay, well then look, here's what I go to say. I think that's the confusing part, guys. For me, when it comes to coaching, we're all saying this then that, or maybe that then this. But then we all go, well, it's not that. But is this mystery going into another game? It's not our jobs to figure it out. It's these coaches to figure it out. Because what's happening is the other coaches from the other teams have figured us out.
Right.
And yes, you know that Dallas.
We had 4 wins in a row. We had 4 wins in a row, the same, and we won those 4 games in the same manner. Good defense and a strong running game. That really, the Raiders kind of figured it out. Really, I felt like the Raiders had a nice scheme against us. All Dallas did is add a couple little blitzes to it. That's all Dallas did.
A lot of little blitzes.
Well, a lot of blitzes. They get the pass rush on us. That's all Dallas. So really, they have figured out that little 4-game winning thing. Now we got to switch, counter from them. It's a counter move. Plus, we have an injury situation going on that is, man, it's hurting us. We have a good. I mean, we're down to 3rd and 4th string people out there, man. I mean, that talent level really drops down when you go to 3rd and 4th string people. It just does. I
think Al's right. I think Al's right because I mean, you have certain players that do certain things well, and I think the passing out of the backfield, they're comfortable with McKissick in those packages. I think they swing Gibson out wide sometimes as a dual threat. But as far as, a catching running back, that's all McKissick is. He's a quick catching running back. He's not going to pound the ball on the inside. That's Gibson. So they're not giving packages like that. That's like having Sims in there on a couple of packages because he's big, he's tall. So you want him in there on 3rd down so you can throw the ball up to him or when you're on the goal line trying to get the ball high so he can catch the ball. That's what Logan Thomas does. He catches the ball high because he's a tall guy. So you have packages for different players. That's why, they have calls, package 5. People go in, some people come out. It's just the way the game is. But if you want to mix it up, then you're going to have to get everybody looking the same, where you can run the same package with everybody. If you want to run a screen or something like that, it should look the same when Gibson's in there. It should look the same when McKissick's in there. It should look the same when the Waterbug's in there. Everybody.
That's a good point. That's one play where everybody gets the same call and everybody runs it. Everybody's running that screen. Even your boy, the tight end, the big tight end just ran it today and got us a 1st down. Everybody runs that screen because all you got to do is go to the spot, catch the ball, and make something happen. I just don't think it's that complicated. I don't understand why that. I hear what you're saying. And I could even strategically say that individuals can do it better. But what I'm saying is, in certain positions that we find ourselves, those 2nd and 6, those 2nd and 8s, where we can either do one or two things. We can keep running the ball, or we could throw. That is where you kind of mix it up, man. And you kind of say, okay, let me go with the hot hand. Waterbug gets in there. Waterbug got in there, and who's the running back? Williams. That got in there. They ran the ball like they were fresh. And they were like a half a step ahead of the other players. And I know everybody said, well, it was garbage time. Everybody thought the game was over. Right. Because if we're never quitting and we're that kind of team, then we should be prepared to make sure that we don't quit and keep playing. And maybe that'll be our mantra. Maybe because I felt so much better now that we got it to the point where Dallas fans were like, oh, my God. If that's an arm forward, they get one more play. I felt good because we were blown out. I was real close to doing laundry before we signed on, man, because it was just crazy how we were getting out, and we just got punched in the mouth. I don't know if that's even something that's going to be in Washington's makeup anymore. That we said it. We said it going into our show. I ain't never pulled back from that. We got to go in there and punch them in the mouth. But it was something that wasn't there. You know what I saw? I saw us punch people in the mouth when we played Carolina. When we went into there, you could see it. It was just like, oh, yeah. It was like we had something to prove. I don't know what that energy was or what we got to do. Maybe we got to travel. Maybe walking into the stadium and seeing all these Dallas fans and no Redskin fans there. I don't know what it was, but that was a problem. And I think that our players played according to that emotion. Because when we got down there and we was able to do a little drive and get those points on the board, you could see that energy coming back. It was incredible. And I was just like, wow, why is that so different from the end of the first half when we had an opportunity to even get 3 points on the board and get the ball back? everybody was just kind of like still running half speed, man. I don't know what that is. That's my frustration. It's something that's maybe untangible, you know. And the pain is we are all banged up. Nobody's going to care in this league.
Nobody cares in this league. We got to figure out a way to make it work.
That's right.
You know, I agree with you, Tracy. You know, Dallas was talking trash before the game. Everybody on their sidelines, all the fans, the coach was talking trash, and you know they came out swinging. You know, to their credit, and we didn't. We wanted the defense. We were taking blows to the chin. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's what happened. And before we knew it, they threw 2 haymakers and they was up 11-0. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
turnovers didn't help. The turnovers crushed us.
And then next thing you know, we were taking blows to the body. You know what I'm saying? It's 20. You know, it was 24-0. Next thing you know, and you know what I'm saying, it was over. So we didn't swing. We didn't start. You know, until a little fight happened towards the end of the middle of the fourth quarter. That's when we. You know what I'm saying? To me,
we needed that second quarter. I was thinking that too, Big Al. We needed that second quarter. And who was that? That was the young guy.
It was like a backup dude, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. That was my main. He had another. No, he had 2 names. I forgot. But he was over. There was a legit hit on the quarterback. You got to give the Dallas players, you know, a credit on the level of that they're going to protect their quarterback. That's fine.
Right.
But the fact that there was somebody out there that had that fire, man, that's what I just wanted to see. It was just
was it Bradley King? Was it Bradley King?
Yeah. William Bradley King, man. I was like, that's what we needed. But we just needed this second quarter. We had that second quarter, totally different game, I think. Because everybody started to get chippy.
Yeah,
people got chippy and started playing.
That's when.
Yep, I know what you was trying to say, even though you cut off again. Damn.
The internet's killing out.
I know, man. But you cut off.
Right. Yeah. I was obviously we all think the same.
Hold on. He's saying it. He can't hear us.
Nah. But
I had that problem. I hated that.
We was all thinking the same thing, man. Is that you get down a certain amount and they just punching you in the mouth, man. Somebody got to hit somebody. Somebody got to make somebody pay, man. I don't care if we lose. Somebody got to pay. Somebody got to pay for all this anger got inside.
And so to the young folk, I might seem a little too aggressive, but we're sorry. Sometimes you gotta get their socks, man. You gotta get the socks.
That's why they don't play football,
man. You got somebody. What it is? Hey, look, I have my good luck charm here. He wanted to jump on. Just say wave everybody.
What's up, man?
Say hello.
You gotta wave.
All right, my man. Go and play. All right. You want to stay here with the big boys? All right. So let's go back. Let's check the chat out, man. My man Bullfrog said the chat got stopped. So let's see what's going on. If everybody in the chat, let us know, man. All right. That's why we hate that team. Yeah, I hate them. I do. I wouldn't be saying this if we played anybody else, man. That's what it is, man. I thought about that too, because there is an option in every screen. There's a free go. Every screen got a free go. So even though we running the screen, we setting it up. There's a player running a solid route one-on-one, and sometimes you got to do that. And that's where I think Curtis Samuels comes into play. Curtis Samuels should be that guy to run that free route and go out there and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, that one
let Dayami do it.
Yeah,
he's like catching the ball.
The one play where Heineke ran outside and he threw it into double coverage, which I still don't understand. Everybody was saying, and I didn't see it. They were saying that Samuel was wide open, man.
Yeah, well, you know how
he was wide open down the sideline, and then instead of going for the first down with his legs or just dumping it off to Sims, he threw it to Terry on that thing that got Terry hurt. Now we might be without Scary next game, man.
So we play next, Philly.
Yeah, Philly, Dallas, then Philly again, then Giants. So
yeah, we gotta get loaded up for Philly, man. I mean, because Philly going to fight with us for that last spot. Like Dallas already won it already. That's it for Dallas. They won it, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless they just lose out. So,
well, they could though, because they awful dumb. Dallas are the dumbest team.
We said that. We said that. I see Bullfrogs back now.
They don't play anybody. So I think it's over as far as the division is concerned, but we still can make the playoffs, and we still can make them pay.
Do we want to?
Huh?
Do we want to?
I mean, we came this far. Do we
We
not
got
want
to,
to?
man. I feel
Our
like
draft pick sucks right now.
we already lost the draft pick, so we might as well go.
Yeah,
You know
our
what I'm
draft picks suck at this point.
We've been here before.
Yeah,
Right?
last year.
And same thing with the Wizards. We was, all right, here we go. Let's go.
Yeah, it's all good though. That's why we play football, man. You gotta love it. You gotta hate when you lose. You gotta love when you win.
Yeah, it's nothing but passion, baby. Gotta have that passion. But I hate to go to work tomorrow. Woo, man.
Hey, I already called ahead and said, hey, get ready. You might as well empty the water cooler now because it's gonna be on its side in the corner. Knocking it over, baby. There's nobody's talking. Because everybody going to work, man. All the Dallas fans is coming out in their jerseys and all that.
We didn't put the pressure on I thought we was gonna put on, man. We didn't put the pressure on him. He had a lot of time back there just to mess around.
How could we though, D? We had third and fourth string people.
I understand that. I understand that, Big Al. But like we said last week, the reason why our coach was blitzing is because we didn't have our bookends. It's the same thing. We didn't have our bookends and we didn't have some interior people. So why are we not blitzing like we did the last couple of weeks? So I mean, you're either gonna get picked apart or you're gonna get thrown on the hot routes. You gotta pick your poison, and they picked looking weak on defense, man. Because that I don't care what that was. They wasn't. I mean, give me some man, do something. It was just bad.
Even if it's once in a while, man.
It was running too free.
Even if it's once in a while, man, you got to send somebody, man. Even a corner blitz just to show that we're willing to do it can affect the offense. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, wow, they sending the corner? Are they serious with our three receivers? They go send the corner? Yeah. And then when we don't, we fake it or something like that. Maybe we can get lucky, kind of like we got lucky with Holcomb. Again, shout out to Holcomb, man. He was balling the whole entire game. He's stepping up. Holcomb stepped up and did his thing.
We lied.
He ain't saying nothing. If he ain't talking football, he ain't all right. I'm mad. Everybody around here gonna be mad tonight.
Before the game, though, Doc, I don't know, Doc was talking trash. He was like, blitz me.
Yeah,
I want you to blitz me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right.
He was saying that. So he wanted us to blitz him. He was like, blitz me. He kept on saying that. So I heard a couple of interviews where he was saying he likes it when you blitz.
That sounds like some reverse psychology to me.
That's exactly what it was. Show me. I'm not hearing that. Show me as you getting up off the ground with this blitz I just put on you. That's what I want. And how that looking for you? That flop he did. They got
all I know is Dak's 8-1 against us, homie.
Yeah, he's killing us.
Oh, he's killing us. I don't see why they don't blitz. They should blitz Jamin Davis more, man. I mean, he's supposed to be fast enough.
You got Jamin Davis. You got even Apke. Is Apke still playing for Washington?
Special team.
Apke's not doing nothing. Blitz Apke.
Stop it, Tracy. Stop it.
Hey, Al, I'm going for whatever.
He's never going to play, man. Leave him alone.
Hey, look, I'm going for whatever, man. I'm digging deep. Everett, how about Everett? The Shazier can blitz.
Hey, they brought which comment?
Reeves back. Reeves.
Yeah, Reeves came in the game.
And when Reeves came in the game, there was no like major move or like a hole or like, oh my God, what happened there? He could play. And I like that. Still got depth there, I guess. We're gonna need it. You know what? Our defense did not do that bad. It should have been like what the Chiefs put on the Raiders today. It really honestly was heading in direction. Our defense didn't you gotta sit down. Our defense didn't do that bad.
Second half. They got right. You're right. That first half.
I mean,
you're right. They did get first.
I mean, how many points did they score on all defense that the Dallas did? They scored like 2 touchdowns on us on defense, didn't they?
Yeah, those turnovers, man. If it wasn't for that, the game would have been a whole different game, man. That I couldn't even believe the one where the dude tipped it in the air and caught it. I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That is just I mean, nothing you can do with those kind of things, man. I just what I did not like, if we're going to see Heineke again, every play that he's thrown to, it was like 4 or 5 guys around the receiver. I'm trying to understand what is he seeing. What does he think he had? Like you said, we know he doesn't have a rifle. I'm assuming the coaches are telling him he doesn't have a rifle.
Those were just floating, man.
I mean, it was just like you're looking at the ball like I want to see a guy running in stride, catching it, but it's always when the ball finally gets and they show the players in the screen. It's 3 guys jumping up, 2 from the other team, and I'm like, what was he looking at? Why is it always that way, Al?
Because he's late and across the middle. Al's gone.
Not again.
Al's doing his own thing, man.
Why is it always like that, son?
Yeah, because obviously he doesn't have a strong arm, and he's late because he doesn't read defenses the way other quarterbacks read defenses. It's more about the scramble drill for him.
But it's not, and that's the other problem I'm having, Deacon. My thing is, when remember when he got hurt down there and Kyle Allen came in for the first time, and that's when you probably, spit out your food like I did. But Kyle Allen gets in, and the first play from scrimmage, he takes off. He didn't even hesitate. Take off, first down. I was like, that's a Heineke play. How come Taylor doesn't run that play every other series?
Because they want him to be a quarterback. Allen was in there. He doesn't have any practice time. He hasn't played this year. So he's not going to be sitting back reading defenses.
I don't care if Allen get practice time. He always going to be a backup. Allen is a backup.
Exactly. So, Deacon, here's my question to you. So you just said they want him to be a quarterback. They want him to be a quarterback doing the things that he can't do, which is throw a rifle pass. He can't read defense. That's what they want him to do, but he can't do that. But every time I hear every game, and I know it's just the announcers, but they say Washington wants to see Taylor do more of that, which is running. So either it's Taylor doing Bobby, or it's they're telling him to, not to run. I don't know what it is, man. It's just not enough time. I'm not saying run I'm exaggerating. So let me make sure I'm clear. I'm not saying do every other series, but I am saying that he needs to be a threat. Like when we go play Philly, their boy's a threat. He might not never run it. Even Dak was a threat today, but he didn't run it. But we know he's a threat, and that's how we had to play, which is the reason why they just marched down the field on us. We could do the same thing. But go ahead, Deacon. I'm sorry.
No, technically you're right. I mean, he obviously has some wheels. He can do that. But we also know he's tender. He can get hurt. He got hurt, with
3 times a day. Right.
Yeah. So he's probably thinking to himself as well as I need to stay healthy. So I can't be running wild like I used to do. I got to mature and grow. And the only way I can do that is by sitting in the pocket and dumping these passes. And, the announcers say, yeah, they want Heineke to do it, but the announcers don't know shit. They just out there talking, clearing some airtime. So even the coaches might say, hey, we like him to run a little bit more smartly. What does that mean? You're not unless there's a play call for you to go around the end, as a run pass option. The play is not designed for him to run. The play is designed for him to throw the ball to an area, a specific receiver in an area. And then after that, if it breaks down, you run. But then, today it was just the fact he didn't have much time. He didn't have enough time to get to that second option, which is run. So, he looks good when he runs, but I think if we make that a mainstay of his offense, I don't think it'd be good. I think we'll see Kyle Allen in the game again. And as bad as we still almost won. All he had to do was catch that pass. And, it went right through his hand. That was a beautiful pass from Kyle Allen.
It was a best pass I think I've seen Kyle Allen.
Yeah.
And nothing bad about Carter, but he needed to catch that pass.
Every pass downfield, Heineke threw was short and late.
He just don't have the arm. Everybody realize. I think everybody is playing Heineke 10 yards or less. You know what I'm saying? They sitting in the zone, packed. They just don't have no fear of him throwing over their head. You know what I'm saying?
And they showed you know how to do basketball where they show a shot percentage where they show you where you shoot from and where you made from. They did Heineke like that from last game, and it was all short passes. I mean, he's been looking good the last 4 games because he hasn't taken shots down the field. He's always been dumping it off 10 yards, 5 yards here and there. But he had the players to do that, which is J.D. McKissick. He had
Logan Thomas,
or Rick Seals-Jones, or even Bates looked okay. So that's his trademark, which is you dump it off, or you get into the scramble drill and you make some miraculous play, whether you passing or throwing it. And that's his game. To be a regular quarterback is just not his deal. It's just not.
I just think Dallas played that too. I think that's why they were so confident before they knew what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And so it's now for Scott Turner, like you say, Tracy, to make an adjustment for what Dallas did. Find something that Heineke can do that is outside of what they've already seen. Which maybe run the ball a little bit more, which maybe, he tried to screen. They were sitting on screens too. So they were sitting on them screens. They
was jumping them. They was doing everything because they know that we didn't have the play calling that was going to do anything. We're going to go to our screens, and that was embarrassing.
I think when they try to run the 7 route and the 9 route, he does not seem like he has the arm strength. He lollipops those passes. So nobody's scared of the 7th and 9 routes. So they sitting in the middle of the field between the numbers where Heineke try to make some in between the numbers. And he lost those too, as you saw.
Yeah,
so
it's all clear as day.
I think that it's up to Scott Turner to figure out something that we can do, because Allen ain't the question. I'm going to tell you right now, Allen ain't going to turn the ball over. That's just what he is. He going to trip over his feet and bang his head against the wall or something like that, and he going to be out. So Allen's not the answer. We know that. So we got to figure out something that Heineke can do, because Heineke is a playmaker.
Yeah.
It's up to the coaching staff. Because Philly going to do the exact same thing Dallas did. You know that. The exact same thing.
And they always love the blitz. They've been loving the blitz.
And they like the blitz anyway. So Philly going to do the exact same thing.
That's
BNV Sports 3, man.
Yep.
Say, like us, subscribe. Thanks for watching us.
Yeah, we're going to get out of here.
Thanks for crying with us. Thanks for dealing with my computer. Hey, man.
I got some lights to put up, man.
I got a new one. Next week
is on and popping. It's clear. Hey, look, me and Deacon going to be sitting there talking because Al's going to be by himself. Yeah. Hey, man. But listen, hey, thank y'all for coming on again. We live, a lot of our Braves. So I think everybody, all the regulars, Bullfrog, Burgundy and Gold, Joe. I think I saw Gimbal on here, man. Thank y'all again for coming on, all our regulars and stuff. For this therapy session, man, keep your heads up this week. That's going to be rough. If you need any other thing.
Hey, just walk with your hands in your pocket.
Yeah.
But don't leave nothing free to hit nobody with. Put them joints in your pocket. That's all. That's the only way I can get by.
Hey, look, we got 2 more weeks. We'll play them again, and we can get them back, baby. We can get them back.
Hey, everybody know what they want for the holiday now. I just want a good, solid game. Hey, like I said, they was nervous at the end. They was nervous. Hey, they was nervous. So use that in your trash talk this week. It was close. They can't say they blew us out, even though they
can't say they blew us out.
They can't say, but they can say they blew us out. Hey, that boy Parsons is nothing but the truth.
Yeah,
man, we had a chance to get him too, man. I'm so mad.
We was that close, man. Hey, if they think Jamin should do, Jamin should be looking at that, getting all. I want him to have all the hate and say, "Let me play, coach, let me play," and hopefully coach will let him play like that. Let him be free. Let him do that, like Deacon said. I would love to see that.
But you know what? They should. I mean, Parsons is basically a more athletic Chase Young, man. But Chase can do some of those things that Parsons can do. You know what I'm saying?
That was another thing. I think my man on Twitter Speaks Beat said let Chase should be watching. So
yeah.
Chase should be watching.
True. All right, let's get out of here, fellas. Let's get to some stuff done. We see y'all. Well, hey, they go out. We see y'all at the end of the week when we put this shit out. Later.